Everyone's got their favorite theme park rides. I'll start with the history of mine. As a little kid, my favorite ride was the Little Dipper. It was a roller coaster. Maybe actually no, the octopus, and we were really disappointed when the octopus wasn't working at Kittyland because the octopus broke down often. It was one of those rotator ones that had like three arms that went up and down, but then the outside areas would spin, so you kind of like went around. And that didn't work quite often. It was always broken, so you couldn't ride it as often as you wanted to. But then you had the Little Dipper, which is a really short roller coaster. It's 30 seconds. Really mild, very mild. Super cool for like little kids and their parents and stuff. In fourth grade, my favorite ride was one called the Gravitron, which they have at like carnivals, small carnivals. It looks like a spaceship, and it goes around in a circle. You stand up against the wall, and then thanks to the gravity pushing outwards, you sort of like get stuck to the wall, and then rides you up and down. It's pretty awesome stuff. I love that sort of stuff. When I went to Six Flags for the first time, my favorite ride was the Whizzer at first, and then because I rode the Whizzer, we rode the Demon, which became my favorite ride, and then we rode Shockwave, which became my favorite ride. Shockwave was basically a 5-loop roller coaster with 2 corkscrews in the middle of it. It beat you up a little bit because the turns weren't exactly the smoothest. They've perfected that sort of thing over time. And then at one point it became X2, and then Raging Bull, and then Superman, and these are all at Six Flags. And then just recently, or sort of recently, the Giant Drop. And the reason why I say Giant Drop is because the experience I had the first time was so good with a friend of mine, my old roommate Jay. He was like, "You never been on Giant Drop?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't like the concept of just falling. Freaks me out. Like, I want to go skydiving in my life, but for some reason, riding a ride that just drops you just didn't seem too fun." He's like, "No, you have to ride it. You have to ride it." And the entire experience consisted of something like this. You get on the ride, your feet are dangling. It's like sort of questionable. You're like, "This is so stupid. It's not going to be that fun. You know, it's just going to drop us. It's going to take 2 seconds. It's going to be over." We waited 20 minutes for 2 seconds of fun, which is literally what it is. But the experience consists of me sitting next to him, and on the way up, it's just like, "Oh God, here we go." Now I'm fine. Like I'm solid, ready? I'm like, let's do this. Let's just do this. Fine. And this is his commentary. "Oh God, here we go. Motherfucker, I should not have done this. I can't believe I did this. This is so stupid." And I'm looking at him. He's a hard ass, dude, and I already know he's a hard ass. So why is he freaking out so much? "Oh God, this is ridiculous. Oh, we're so high," and we keep getting higher. And I look up, and I'm like, we're only like halfway up, and I'm like, oh shit, we are getting actually quite high. And this is when my anxiety sort of kicks in for just a moment in time. We get up to the top, and we're waiting. Now I counted down, assuming that they would be dropping us in the amount of time they did. I didn't realize they held you up there for as long as they did. And he's like, "Oh God, oh Jesus Christ, here we go, here we go." And his eyes are shut, like clasped shut as hard as you can, and he's gripping his thing, and I'm like, this guy over here is ridiculous. I love it. You know, this is so good. So I'm like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and nothing happens. And I look over, I look forward, and then you drop. Now for a second there, you fall at the same rate as the machine itself. Then the machine catches up to you, and you bounce off the top of it. You get some 0G feel as you drop, which I was like, oh shit, you know, very closed in and tight. And he goes, "Ah!" Like the loudest scream you could possibly scream. And I look over, and I'm just like, what? And I look forward, and I realize we're only halfway down. And it slows down and stops on the bottom, and I was just like, new favorite ride, best ride of all time. This is amazing. The only rides I don't like are the ones that go around in circles. There's a ride called the Ring of Fire that brings you around in circles like this. Like you're going through loop after loop after loop after loop after loop, and then it slows down, and then it goes the other direction for a while, and then it slows down and stops. And that's the only ride that's ever really like made me like super sick to the point where I couldn't ride any other rides after that. So that's not my favorite ride. But those roller coasters and everything that I've ever come across, Goliath is really good at Six Flags. That is amazing. I was a huge fan of Space Mountain at Disney World, only because I liked the fact that it was in the dark. It was super cool. And actually, strangely enough, there's the big ball thing at Disney World. That ride's super cool. I really like that one. And a massive honorable mention, the Carousel of Progress at Disney. And the People Movers in Tomorrowland, yes. But the one ride in Disney that really got my attention, aside from those ones that I just mentioned, was the one where they show the Hanging Gardens and stuff, which planted a seed in me to really want to do that. I don't know. I don't know what it was about it. It just really clicked with me. Hydroponics are cool, super awesome. It's like the future, right? And I think it's going to be one of those things that's how humanity survives in the future. The hanging gardens in skyrise buildings using electricity for light and hydroponics to create food in structures. It's going to be insane, and I would love to be a part of something like that. That's a dream job of mine. But those are my favorite rides all time. There you go.